The number one mistake brides make when starting their fitness journey. Hey, welcome to the very first episode of Bridepod. I'm Sam, a fitness coach who spent the last few years helping brides feel strong, confident, and proud walking down the aisle. Now, this might surprise you, but the number one mistake I see brides make when they start their fitness journey is actually trying too hard or not trying at all. Yep, going all in. They'll do the I'll do 6 workouts a week, I'll cut carbs, I'll lose 5 kilos in a month kind of energy. Don't get me wrong, that motivation is amazing. And you know what happens? It doesn't last more than a few weeks, and it leads to nothing but burnout. Today, I want to unpack why that happens, and more importantly, what to do instead so you actually see results and keep them. Here's what usually happens. You get engaged, everything's exciting, you're celebrating with your family, friends, you're feeling like the talk of the town. You pick a date, and then suddenly there's this sense of urgency. You're excited, but you also start addressing the elephant in the room, which is, I want to look my best on the day. Most brides I've spoken to and worked with didn't just wake up and decide to get fit for their weddings. They usually had issues or struggles with their fitness beforehand. And now the wedding is giving them a massive push forward because you have a date to be ready for. You start scrolling Pinterest for dress inspo, you follow a few fitness pages, you probably were already, maybe download a challenge or a free meal plan. First week, you're on fire. You hit every workout, eat clean, feel amazing. But then work gets busy, wedding tasks pile up, you miss one workout, maybe a friend's birthday throws you off, and that little voice creeps in. I've already messed up, I'll start again Monday. That's the all or nothing trap. And it's the single biggest reason why most brides lose momentum. The truth is, it's not that you're lazy or unmotivated. It's that you're already juggling so much. I would argue that getting in shape for your wedding is one of the hardest times in life you're ever going to focus on your health and fitness. You're working, planning, socializing, probably not sleeping enough, and then you add another full-time commitment on top of it, getting in shape. When fitness becomes another pressure instead of support, it stops being sustainable because it's become a burden. And here's the sneaky thing. Perfectionism disguises itself as high standards. But what it really does is create unrealistic expectations that make you feel like you're constantly failing. The if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all mindset kills progress faster than anything. I've seen it many times, and I also speak from personal experience. So what do you do instead? You focus on small, repeatable wins. Here's what that looks like. Instead of 6 workouts, start with 3 that you never miss. Look at your schedule, give yourself a time. Block out that time in the calendar. The key isn't to have the most perfect workout, it's to maintain an exercise habit. If you're a smoker and you're smoking 20 cigarettes a day or 5 cigarettes a day, the volume doesn't really matter. You're still a smoker. So even though I've just compared exercise to smoking, it kind of works in the same way. You just need to show up and maintain an exercise habit rather than not exercising at all. Next one. Instead of cutting out carbs, focus on hitting your protein goal daily. As a starting point, aim for 1 gram per pound of body weight, or if you're already quite overweight to begin with, then make sure 30% of your calorie intake is coming from protein. Go with either of those, and that will keep you satiated, full for longer, and help you start in the right direction towards your goals. Instead of perfect eating, aim for 80% consistency and plan the rest for 20% flexibility. That means that 80% of your diet is the good stuff, and the 20% of the diet is the not so good stuff. I don't like labeling things as good or bad food, as I'm a firm believer that it's the amounts of things that we have to worry about, and the danger is in the dosage. But as a blanket rule, the 80-20 approach is going to be sustainable for most people. Your results don't come from intensity or perfection. They come from consistency. And being 70% consistent all year round is going to give you far better results than 100% bursts of perfection that last a week. Consistency comes from designing a plan that fits the reality of your life, not an ideal version of it. Build yourself a set of habits that run smoothly in the background, so even when life gets messy, you're still moving forward and you're still showing up. That's how you stay on track without feeling like your whole life revolves around dieting and gym sessions. So if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, Sam, I'm definitely guilty of going all in, here's your homework for this week. Pick one small win you can guarantee you'll nail this week. Maybe it's 3 workouts, maybe it's hitting 10,000 steps, maybe it's preparing lunches for work. Sometimes even making sure that your gym bag is packed the night before and sitting by the front door ready for when you leave for work is going to help you. Drop the guilt about not doing everything perfectly. It's not about doing more, it's about doing enough consistently. And write it down. When you see those small wins stack up week after week, you'll realize how long-term results actually happen. Remember, progress doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing the right things long enough. The fittest people in the world aren't special or genetically gifted. They've just done the right things longer than you have. If this episode hit home for you, share it with a friend who's also getting ready for her big day, because I promise she's feeling the same pressure you are. And if you want to make this year the year you finally build consistency with your training and nutrition, you can check out my 90-day Bridebods case study program. It's designed exactly for brides like you who want structure, support, and real results without the burnout. Come and say hi on Instagram at Bridebods. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway from today's episode. Thanks for listening, and remember, your wedding day isn't your deadline, it's your milestone. Let's build the habits that last long after the aisle.